I've got a feeling, at the very least, Tectonic's feeling comfortable on this. I think we saw him drop 59 in the World Championships on this map up against Luminosity, so we know he knows how to play it. It's once again not one that has necessarily been super common in their map picks, but they're going to see what they can do off the start right here. It is going to be S-Thug finding 2, 1 for Zolf as well, and Devious with the strong start they were looking for.
And now, when it comes to control of 2F right now, it is going to be blue all across the board, but just like I said, that Luminosity wins those gunfights, and just like that, Devious just flushed out of the hard point as they're trying to scramble for that anchoring spot for the power positions. They are winning the gunfights, though. The contest is finally going to be on.
Wow. 4 in the feed there for Devious. Tectonic up above, seeing how many he can clear out. Washi trying to set up on those mid stairs. He's going to be able to win a big one on the top side. And S-Thug, you have got to win that gunfight. Seems like a solid setup for Luminosity, but Devious has already rotated out right now, and they're thinking they're going to come from the backside. They don't realize they have already flooded on into the hard point. And with 2Red getting pushed up into the mid-map right now, they've got to deal with him. Otherwise, you're going to be flipped out into a bad spot on that driveway side, and that is exactly what's going to happen. They're now forced to make a little mid-push right here. 2Red's going to be able to spot out another one. Luminosity have a tough task ahead.
But for Devious, it seems like they were kind of unknowledgeable where everyone else from Luminosity actually was. They were trying to go in there for the objective control. They did. They had players there, but they did not have the more favorable spawn. And now it's still going to be Devious, but contested by 2 players right now from Luminosity. And so far, it's going to be Devious having that driveway spawn. But then for Luminosity, they're very much comfortable having the right side rock spawn.
Washi's going to keep things locked down right there. Clean shots from Rihan, but Tectonic's not letting anyone through easily. Shuts down another on the back side, and now should have that long angle to absolutely mow down the driveway, but big shots from the Devious players. Rihan's going to win that gunfight to pick up the scrap time, and he'll do just that. So that should allow Devious to keep this one close. Players already getting pushed out. Zolf does get spotted on rotation. And right now, Vague patrolling the top side, looking to set up his teammates. S-Thug traded out right there, and a nice early setup for LG.
But now, play number 4 coming in from Devious. That's S-Thug actually spawning onto the right side of this, the map. And now it's going to be a pitch, a possible flip coming in from Devious. As Luminosity, they did win those rotational gunfights, and especially for Vague, winning that exit gunfight as well. And now, we get to see S-Thug bringing out the Sparrow in hand, but he does get shut down pretty early on, and now not able to kind of utilize that operator.
Well, Washi just trying to stay alive inside barn right here. Should be able to find one, looking to make it a second. He does exactly that. And now the feed's starting to build a little bit more towards LG. Devious do fire back. Tectonic going to be forced to back up right here. He's got Envy there to reinforce, but he's going to be left all alone as Tech drops, and right now he is the lone man to try to avoid any scrap time here for Devious. Interesting timing to pop the War Machine. Not a whole lot to be gained there for 2Red, and that may be a mistake that comes back to bite them. Zolf's going to be pushed out early on, and Scott already on that next hard point, so he's the man with the job right now, and does win 2 of those big opening gunfights.
Speaking of those gunfights, just allow them to just soak in the time, but with the Pretty in hand, you get to see, oh, Washi gets no one there, and Devious able to get off of those operators as well, defending it really nicely. But player number 3 from the side of Devious, that's Rihan, winning a lot of the gunfights here in Lambo. He's going to be an essential player here, trying to get rid of everyone trying to go and flush into the hardpoint, and so far it's still Devious. And now we're finally seeing a little bit of a turnaround as we see that Devious finally having the upper hand.
It seemed like they were going to have the clear. Scott pops the claw. Not too much value to be found. Band has one of his own. Rihan trying to make a push on in. Bad timing there. Band goes big. Can't find the final shots. Somehow S-Thug can't fire back, and the kill still goes toward Luminosity. But Devious now going to be forced from the bottom side to try to push through. Envy nearly finds 2 as LG extend their lead back out. They get the scrap time there. 2Red has that top side control early. Washi looking to get things cleared out. Smoke's going to go up above. And Zolf got one big gunfight to win on the bottom side, but Band gets the better of it.
2Red, essential gunfights for you, my dude. And now he does get that. Almost 2 kills to his name as he tries to finish off bad, but he's going to be in that corner. He still comes out with his life. And now it's information given to Luminosity Gaming as they are able to get that 2F control, but it is still Devious on the board. And now they're getting majority of the points here in P1 so far. As Ban tries to step on it, doesn't really quite utilize it too much, just only steps on it for just half a second. And now it's still Devious right now on P1.
Crucial kill down below for Zulf right there. Oh, make it a two-piece. He's sitting on 15 right now, and he has been cooking as the OBJ guy. 74 seconds. Devious doesn't even have 74 points worth of hard point time. That's how hard that guy has been working right now. Vega in the top side going to be able to win a big one right there, and this time it is LG in the early rotations toward P2. The fact that they were able to play things evenly last time around with no hard point control, I've got a feeling they're going to be in for a nasty setup right here. And as Ban flips those spawns out, going to be able to take down at least two. There is going to be one player still in the mid-map forcing the spawns here for Devious. That's going to be 2Red. But still many more tough gunfights for them to find a break on it.
And for Devious, they're just having such a hard time going in for the break here. Luminosity, they had such a solid rotation over here very early on. And not just that, Ban able to go in there for the flank and getting that 2 definitely was something that Devious did not expect at all. 2Red tries to go and win this gunfight in Rock. And gonna be getting those 2 kills, gonna be big. And now the pinch gonna happen for Devious. 25 seconds, that's essential points for you.
That's huge. A lot of time to be gained right here. Tectonic's gonna pop an operator. Scott just gonna go ahead and pre-fire right there. War Machine does connect, but there's still 2 players left to be dealt with for Luminosity. And once again, an investment that may not be worth their while. Devious have kept this incredibly even and still going to sit down only about 10 points as we head back on over toward P3. Envy does have some streaks to work with. Spots out Scott right there. Washy's going to be there to clean things up on the backside. And that Pred missile could be crucial information, but big gunfights going the way of Devious. And right now, if they can get players pushed down from the top side, could be crucial. Trophy system going to stop the Pred missile, and only a couple players left there to defend Washy, the lone man standing.
And now it's going to be Devious again. 142 and 162 is going to be your scoreline. Luminosity trying to go in there for that push. They do have that right side spawn, though. Still have it so far, but 2Red going to be in a really good head glitch. Gets one more. And now it's still going to be contested time and time again, but with Devious trying to go in there more for a really good gunfight. They have 3 operators to play with. Same with LG as well. And now we're going in for a really close fight. Very close. Honestly, even closer compared to what we had in our first hardpoint a while ago.
I mean, Washy is doing absolutely nasty work on the inside of the objective, basically single-handedly keeping Luminosity in this one. Zulf rotated out early. He has been so pesky finding those lurker kills. He is going to get traded out by Band, who's going to force way to the outside, but Devious players flush in through mid. And now the opportunity for Veg, but he gets shut down. The Purifier is gone. Washy's got to go big with the Annihilator in hand. Scott in a nice spot to catch a couple of Luminosity players rotating, and Rihan pops the Annihilator. Here is Devious now look to take the lead.
Envy gonna be a really good spot, trying to get rid of the plays from Devious, coming in from the right side as Stug unfortunately takes himself out, and now it's going to be Luminosity. The points are going to be dead even contested right now. Zulf goes big with the Purifier, gets rid of every single one of the LG players there. A 3-piece for his team, and that just allows them to just get a little bit more points here. Scrap points still being contested right now.
And everybody for Devious gets pushed onto the point, but they still get taken down. 2Red spotted out right there, and Band with a crucial final push, as it will be Luminosity getting the better of the hard point time. 2Red waiting for them to make their way through that mid doorway. He's going to be able to spot out one. Tectonic there for the trade. Luminosity sit up 10, but it has been a back and forth game through and through. It's Rihan set up in the top side, looking to find an entry into the hard point.
And now Rihan gets a big 2-piece. The fact that he was able to get the power position down here in 2F and still able to do so. And now a possibility to get the 3rd, and yes, he does. Rihan, 26 already to his name, but they do not have any operators to play with. Everyone else from Luminosity, they do have 2. And now they are sitting on top here in P1, but so far, they're still trying to fight for that control in the map.
Well, nobody spots out Envy right there. Feed him a couple of free kills and give Luminosity an avenue back onto the objective. Rihan has to win this one. Nearly gets turned on by Envy. Right now, Luminosity set up well. You just got to deal with Rihan, but there's S-Thug once again to find the kills, and they're just trying to make sure Luminosity doesn't make it anywhere closer to that 250-point objective. 3 players rotated out early, and it's 2 red looking to push out the spawns once again. Big gunfights up ahead. Couple players set up well for Luminosity. 2 red finds 1. Doesn't go traded right there. Washi shut down as well, and Devious have the setup that they're looking for as they've got players on the objective and spawns in their control.
But they do have that control, yes, but you see that Luminosity has 4 operators to try and break the hill. And so far, they're still winning a lot of the gunfights. It's still going to be Devious winning a lot of the gunfights outside of the point. And now as we see Band with the claw trying to get as much kills as he can, you will expect that everyone else from Luminosity will try to end it here in this hill. 222 and 206 is going to be your scoreline, but it's still Devious trying to go in there for the win. Aztec tries to go in there for the kill, but unfortunately he does get taken out by Rihan.
Somebody's got to kill Rihan. He's taken out the entire squad. Scott looks to pop the flashbang, does get shut down, and every time it looks like Rihan's going to make a god play. LG is there to fire back. 2 red looking to push in, but Envy, a perfectly timed hunter killer, and Luminosity set up well right here, but there's not going to be enough time for them to win it on this one. Fortunately for them, 3 players already rotated out. Devious is looking to play catch up. They've got to win too many gunfights on this push, and Envy's gonna drop the pred. Not only will that likely get them a kill, it'll get them information as well. No kill to be found, but it's gonna be Luminosity players on the bottom side, and it's all down to Rihan. He's been doing it by himself, and he does it again. Breaks through. Will the reinforcements arrive? They do.
Rihan with a huge save from his team. Just 1 more point coming in from Luminosity, but we see 2 red with a big war machine. And now the contest is the only thing that Luminosity can do. It's still Devious winning the gunfights here. They still have 4 players, and the 4th player trying to go in there for that backside push. And it's going to be a huge gunfight being won right now, possibly by Washi with the Annihilator, but he does get stunned out. It's still going to be Rihan making such god plays here. And for Devious, they can definitely win it here right now in this hill.
Envy taken down. Band is gone. Purifier still in play for Zolf. I don't know if they can get the god take off of this one. It's going to be close, and that last push for Vague should be enough to push it to a next hard point. Devious have got to get on rotation, and there's nobody close. They've got to make a 50-meter dash, and there's just not enough time. The pred drops for Rihan. Will that be enough? 2 red is there. Watch is there to contest. Vague back, and Luminosity avoid disaster.
Oh my goodness! Devious! You should see us right now. Oh my goodness! Luminosity at 3-1. It would have been a game number 5. But again, a shaky performance in this hard point from Luminosity. And it seems like they're so streaky when it comes to this game, man. I'm shaking right now. That was such a solid hold from Devious. And if they're on, like what you mentioned, they are on. It's not just Rihan that will try to be consistent, but it's the entire team. Imagine SND 7-0, but when it comes to the respawns, they are so on point.
Rihan was Timothy that game. He had so many huge feeds that nearly single-handedly clutched up for them. Oh my gosh, what a performance out of this Devious squad, and I thought they were going to make the impossible happen. My heart is beating right now. Good Lord.
My heart rate, dude. My heart rate is just going intense. And it really was that last rotation that is the presence of mind. I'll tip the hat to Luminosity, the fact that they were able to rotate early enough. And if that hunter-killer drone coming in from Rihan actually connected, I feel like that was when they could have won this hardpoint. But my goodness, this team is looking really good right now.
All right, that was... I did not expect that matchup to be that close, let alone that map. But, I mean, across the board, at Rihan, 41 and 25 and a minute 17 in the objective. Everybody on Devious looked amazing there. Everybody made some big plays. Unfortunately for them, that's what experience looks like in the hands of Luminosity.
I was literally about to pop a Vade. Me and Bobby were just jumping around. We were shouting. Right now, it feels really hot in the studio, man. Jeez.